Oh, I'm up. Oh, dozed off there. I was so asleep that I was almost dead. Oh, wait. Just wanted to show off that funny little sleep, animation there. When you type /sleep, that's how you look. So I just wanted to share that, show you off. Well, I think we now have our answer to the question. Why is the rum gone? Oh, that's why.
Lukta.
This fiasco may go down as one of the biggest embarrassments in the history of naval warfare. How did this happen? Drunk happened. That's how. Yeah, well, you're pirates. I'd be surprised if that didn't happen. We may not have to live down the shame of this defeat, Sir Honor. The war chief will likely have us all executed instead. I'll be damned if we don't go down without a fight. Although the whole beachhead is overrun by Bloodfang Worgen, there may still be hope. I want you to accompany one of our sea pups to the beachhead, directly west of here, and recover our supplies. Return to me when the pup can carry no more.
Go with honor.
Where to going, Captain? Just hold on. Just hold tight there.
Speak, friend.
It's the goblins' fault. Undead. You see, we set off for Silver Pine from Bilgewater Harbor over in Azara. Huge mistake that was. Never has such a den of inequity and sin existed in our great empire. Those damnable goblins fueled our every vice and set us off to sail with barrels full of ale. The shame of it is, if it all leaves a mark greater than any scar. Honor must be restored. Kill the Bloodfang Worgen that ambushed us, scavenging the wreckage to the southwest.
Strength.
So about that rum.
Forsaken dude, that's who. It's so big, look at its big stupid neck. I just want to chunk it to death.
Touch my chicken and I will kill you in your sleep. Am I understood? Here's a mutant bush chicken. Just because.
What is it?
Have you seen the huge lumbering Ettins roaming the forests? Cursed things came from Gilneas. Now they wander the land searching for their next juicy meal. We've managed to subjugate and utilize some of them to haul our wagons, but the others, well, they must be killed. Unfortunately, we can't spare any soldiers to do the jobs. That's where you come in, Warlock. I have a plan, but it's going to require some materials. Head out into the forests around this base and collect diseased beast organs. Again?
Dark Lady,
Alright.
watch over you.
Fine. First it was clean beast organs, now it's diseased beast organs. They just really want me to disembowel my enemies, don't they? Or creatures in this area, I guess. It's not really enemies, just enemies. Oh, there's one of the Yettins. Stay clear of that guy. That's an elite. Rabid wargs. So now, instead of taking on, healthy beasts, we're having to go after rabid disease beasts. It's okay, we're undead. It's not like it affects us or anything.
I'm out of range.
Do we make my health stones? There we go.
I need to get closer.
Meanwhile, the peon here is just like,
Why do you need me to help carry boxes?
just hang tight, peon.
Okay.
By the way, I am wearing the cape, which is called the Mantle of Undercity. You can really only get those once you do the rep stuff with your factions, well, main cities and such, main races, I guess. Which, since I have the ambassador title, you can probably guess that I've already pulled that off. Hey, there's the mount that took me forever to get in Firelands. Alright.
Oof, maybe throw a little softer, Captain.
Uh-oh.
Heavy? No, can't see nothing. This giving me a hernia. Captain, what is hernia? Can't no see. Where to go? What doing? No more. This is maximum. Me just too much.
So they've changed this. I actually saw a video of how this used to be back at the time Warlords was the latest expansion. By the way, notice that he can do this, but only for a portion of time. So it used to be he actually would have this kind of pointed in this direction, kind of diagonal, which looked very odd. It was like, behold, physics at work. But I think you could actually do a few more boxes, and he'd be like,
Oh, it's getting heavy.
so they've clearly changed it since then. Which, based on how I saw how it used to be, they definitely needed to patch it. Which they apparently did. So, kudos. I'm sure some people are going, oh yeah, they would patch that, but they don't patch this, they don't patch that. Yeah. It's alright, Void Lord. Oh wait, no, I don't get him until I get the glyph later. It's alright, my little Void friend. I will keep you alive, now that I have that ability.
I need a target.
I just get life right back. Your soul is mine. Hurry up, C-Pup.
Right behind you.
I hope you guys like my peon voice. I've really tried to make, get it to sound pretty good.
Me not that kind of work.
Mokra.
Within these crates are held steel thunder. With our weaponry returned, we might have a chance to redeem ourselves.
Where to put the falling help? Oof.
Loktar.
Looks as if you really gave those Worgen a beating, and in the process lifted the shame haze that cast over us. Perhaps the sea dogs will quit drinking now. Oh, who am I kidding? Ha! Vengeance is all-consuming, Serana. Our third ship sank off the coast of the skittering dark, northwest of here. The men that made it off that boat were either captured or killed by the skitterweb spiders of the region. For that, the spiders must die. All of them. Travel to the skittering dark and crush those insects. That's what they are, right? Be on the lookout for their matriarch. Perhaps if we can find her, we can end this mess forever.
Why, how many times do we get a quest in this game to go either kill a bunch of spiders or kill a giant spider queen, matriarch, whatever? How many times? Seriously.
Go forth to victory.
Strength and honor.
Some would say that we are lucky to be alive. Those people would be idiots. At least had we died, we would not have had to face the war chief's wrath. Alas, what's done is done. Now we must attempt to regain our lost honor. The third ship in our fleet sank off the coast of the skittering dark, northwest of here. Those that made to shore quickly found themselves swarmed by the giant spiders in the area and encased in webbing. If there are survivors, we must free them. Ghost round to the skittering dark.
May your blades never dull.
Get it. Note, by the way, his name is Worm Crud. That's a lovely name, isn't it?
I am forsaken.
Excellent. And now to prepare the meal. Take this cage, Warlock. I have placed inside it one of my own mutant bush chickens, with a few slight modifications. Within the butt of this bush chicken is a stick of dynamite laced with gunk from the diseased organs you brought me. Oh, gosh, you are nasty. Take the cage out into the surrounding forest and locate the wandering forest Etten. Release the chicken and sit back as my masterwork does its job. The ensuing explosion should be sufficient to kill the Etten or greatly weaken it, allowing you to finish it off.
Victory
Really?
upon us.
Really? Well, there's one right here. Let's go. Gosh, I can't believe we're about to do this. Let's go try it out. A highly volatile, diseased mutant bush chicken. Oh my gosh. Go get him. Boom! Okay. At least another one. Take it! Tank it while the other one gets it. Boom! Alright, so... yeah, I took two of them. Did about half its health each time. Gosh,
What now?
Was there ever any doubt? An Etten is no match for science!
Goodbye.
Yeah.
I have many, many wares.
I guess I'll keep them.
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
Oh, you can already tell where they are. Look at that. Giant spiders in this game seem to have a thing for mines.
It's too far away.
Ugh. Keep them away from me, my Void Walker friend. Ha. Oh, there's another player here.
I'm out of range.
Oh, sorry. Did I actually steal that from you? I'm sorry. Tag that. Bring it over here. It's a Pandoran. A Pandoran rogue. You don't really see that many of those. I am light on my feet. And quite stealthy. Okay. Oh, there's one over here. Alright, he goes in that direction, I'll go in this direction.
What do you need?
If we could share credit for these, then I'd be like, yeah, let's do it together. But when we can't, it's like, let's go separate ways. I like that these guys will actually help me attack the spiders.
We help you fight.
It's like, look for webbed victims, and I'm sure I'll encounter plenty of these different spiders along the way. There's one.
I need to get closer.
There's a few more here. Oh! There was a bear in there! Oh, gosh. My void buddy's about to die. Heal yourself. Thank you, Master. Why have you called? Ah! It's another warg. And another warg.
We gotta find the matriarch of this operation and end her.
Bloodfang.
It's too far away.
Alright, I'm gonna go over here because I don't want to interfere with that player over there. Okay, I just need one more. Stay away from that Etten.
I need to get...
There's a couple more respawning over here, so... There's all 6. Oh, oh. I didn't think he was going to come this far. Can I tag it? Nope.
A target.
Yeah. The root of this evil must be found and destroyed. The screw-up matriarch must be nearby, no doubt hiding in the nearby cave. The matriarch is nearby. You can put an end to the screwweb menace by killing her. Find the broodmother at the end of the cave in the dark and destroy her. Lovely. That's just what I want to do. That sounds wonderful. I got Eye of Kilrog. An ability anyone hardly ever uses. And unending breath. Give my allies the ability to breathe underwater. And increase their swim speed. Which is pretty nice. Oh, yeah. Lovely. You can just tell we are, like, making our way into the lair of a... Yep, and there she is. I could make a Shelob joke, but... I don't know, after the events of Middle-earth Shadow of War, it seems a little odd to do that. Ugh. Okay, let's just go. Let's get out of here. In fact, let's just do this. Just so I can get out of here as fast as I can.
Thrall Hall.
You rescued our orcs and killed the Skidua matriarch? Oh, we owe you a great debt of gratitude. You've saved us all from certain execution. I'm sure that we can rouse these drunken idiots now.
Be safe.
Greetings.
Lunktar, Serana. Once the ale wears off, my orcs will be ready.
Hands you an envelope with the sealed mark of the Horde.
This is your commendation letter. It's the least that I could do for you given the circumstances. Return to Lady Sylvanas Windrunner with the letter and inform her of our status. Let her know that we will be ready to march on her command. Goodbye, Serana. You are an excellent soldier. Northeast, ma'am. To Forsaken High Command.
Go forth to victory.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
There we go.
Many farewells.
Hello? Trust
Notice they have a forced end pulling that Horde hauler wagon. Just kind of take note of that.
We are the Forsaken. We will slaughter anyone who stands in our way.
And the orcs? I can't read that, can I? Nope. So the orcs are in order? Recovered their supplies? Killed a dozen Worgen? Toppled an Etten? Freed their soldiers and destroyed the Skitterweb matriarch? I say this rarely, Serana, but I am impressed. Perhaps your ability matches your aspirations. We shall see. For now, you will be tested. Fenris Isle stands defiantly at the heart of Lordamere Lake, a cruel memory of a time long since past. Though no longer infested by gnoll vermin, a new threat has emerged. Human refugees, driven from their holdings in Hillsbrad, have fled to Fenris Isle in hopes of escaping defeat at our hands. A critical error on their part. You are to take Agatha with you to Fenris Isle and slaughter all humans. She will raise the fallen as Forsaken, bolstering our forces in the process. Do not fail me. Wow, that sounds horrible. By the way, they've actually updated Agatha's wings here. It used to be just kind of like, you know how the angel's wings in Diablo 3 look? Like Tyrael's wings? Like, not necessarily like, you know, full on, you know, ones with feathers and such, but kind of like, I don't even know how to describe how those wings look. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? That's kind of how her wings used to look, like just like dark and black colored. Whereas here, they've actually updated it where now it looks like the angelic wings with feathers. Except it's still dark colored, but just kind of making a note of that. This is why sometimes it actually pays off to actually kind of look at how things used to be at a certain point in time in the game, and then look how it is now. I sense doom in your future, Serana. Death walk, able to walk on water. So this is a pretty horrible thing we're doing here. We are going here to kill these refugees and then have Agatha raise them as Forsaken.
Target something first.
Rise and destroy our enemies. I'm not getting any credit for this. Oh, now I did. What? That's weird. I'm not sure how that's working. I'm kind of tempted to just see if I can go to the other side or something, because I don't want to interfere with this player's progress. So I think I'm going to go to the other side. Because I can't tell if we're sharing progress. Do you feel it, Serana? The darkness surrounds us. Yeah, it's called the approaching release of Shadowlands. I'm well aware of Agatha. I wonder, because they've made a point of showing the names of some of the Valkyr that work for Sylvanas now. I'm gonna have to check who is left. Like, by the time we get to Shadowlands, who are the ones who are left? And is that relevant at all? Like, is Agatha still around? Like, is she gonna be in Shadowlands? Or has she already been one who has given her life? Because something happens. Rise, Hillsbrad refugee. Become Forsaken. I know something that happens at the end of this zone that actually affects one of the Valkyr. And I can't remember if it's Agatha or if it's one of the other Valkyr. We'll find out by the end of this, obviously. If it's Agatha, that's an actually excellent way to kind of get us associated with her before all this happens. But this is pretty terrible what we're doing. These are people who had to run away to try and survive against the Forsaken, and now we've been sent to just hunt them down and then turn them into Forsaken against their will. Though that was obviously happening where we first started this character. But there, they were actually asking what we wanted to do, actually offering those who were raised a choice. It's like, okay, so you can either join us, you could just kill yourself and go back to being dead, or you could resist, or, you know. And that was basically like one of the only times we actually got a choice. Boy, I wish I had an AoE right now. I see a mob like this, and at times I wish I had my abilities for Destro. It's one of the reasons I love playing Destro, is the amount of AoE they have. But fortunately, Agatha is doing her big crowd control right now, causing them to fear, which is going to allow us to take them down more so. A little quicker. And as you can see, they are being changed to Forsaken. Gosh, these poor people. Two more. I see everything, Serana. Through Agatha, all is known to me. You must strike at their leader, Serana. You will find them holed up in the old keep. Battle your way inside and find the holdouts. Turn them for your queen. None shall escape the mighty grasp of the Forsaken. Yeah. She really loves to play up that whole her being a queen thing, doesn't she? It's like how when she became the war chief in Legion from that point on, especially in BFA, some thought that she was going to turn the Horde into a higher, a monarchy, where she was basically going to be like, the queen of the Horde and rule on high as Sultan. And then do the whole Cersei thing and demand that we bend the knee. I have never even once considered bending the knee to Sylvanas. Yeah, if this was Game of Thrones, if they actually did more, Game of Thrones stuff here in Warcraft, and like bend the knee to Sylvanas or else, yeah, I'd probably be dead, because I never would have. Just like I never would have bent the knee to Garrosh. Now, if you ask me, well, would you have bent the knee to Thrall and Vol'jin? See, that's the thing. Thrall and Vol'jin would not have ever demanded that I bend the knee to them. Because that's not how they are. That's not what they want. They don't care about that. They don't demand that you bend the knee to them and swear loyalty to them. When Thrall named Vol'jin the new war chief, you know what the first thing he said was? I'm not worthy. He didn't want it. He didn't see himself as someone who should be the war chief. It's one of the reasons why Sourfang also never became war chief, because he didn't want that, he didn't care for that power. He didn't want it. He didn't think he was meant to be a leader. He thought he was a great soldier, but a leader? War chief? No. But Sylvanas and Garrosh? Yeah. Cutscene. The Forsaken have broken through your defenses, Magistrate. You are out of time. A decision must be made. Die in battle and be raised as a servant of the Forsaken, or drink in my blood and be reborn as Worgen, immune to the depravity of the Forsaken. Help us destroy the Forsaken and retake Lordaeron for the Alliance. We would rather die than be turned into Worgen, but seeing as how even death provides no relief from the atrocities of this war, we choose vengeance. Run. She is taking me out of here. She's like, nope, we're out. We are out of here. I'm taking you out of here. We're running. She's just carrying me out of here by grabbing me by the back like, nope, we're out of here. Like, that room was about to slaughter me if she didn't just grab me and just fly me out of there. So yeah, they would not have made that choice had the Forsaken not, you know, whenever I say the Forsaken, keep in mind I'm not talking about the civilians in Undercity. I'm trying to keep them like removed from this. I'm mainly referring to like the apothecary and the ones who are, blind Sylvanas loyalists and followers, and yeah, the ones who are committing the horrible things that we're seeing here. Because of the things that they have done, that have been doing, they had that room of refugees feel like they had no choice but to join the Worgen and the Alliance. Otherwise, they would have just been like, no, we're not doing that. We're not joining this. Because they hate what's going on with this war and all that. But because of the actions of Sylvanas and the Forsaken and the Apothecary, they were basically driven to join the Worgen and become Worgen themselves. So great job, Sylvanas.
What are we if not slaves to this torment?
Oh, shut up. I hate hearing that line. It would seem that Crowley is more formidable than I anticipated. Still, he is a man, flesh and bone, full of secrets. Secrets that I know all about. You have served me well, Serana. I could use someone of your ability at the Sepulchre. I have a plan to deal with Crowley and his insurgents once and for all. Will you help? Don't really have much of a choice. Ride with me to the Sepulchre, Serana. There are many things that I wish to discuss with you. It is imperative that you understand the history of Lordaeron and the plight of the Forsaken. Sure, Sylvanas. Sure.
I have not always been the Banshee Queen, and my people have not always been the Forsaken. Long ago, this land comprised the northern kingdoms of Lordaeron, ruled by King Tyrannus Menethil. Tyrannus had a son named Arthas. Arthas. Even saying his name makes my body quiver in rage. This man-child, Arthas, took for himself a cursed blade known as Frostmourne. Through Frostmourne, Arthas killed his own father and raised this land along with every living creature in it.
Death Knight Arthas.
My own death came at the hands of Arthas when he and his armies sacked
Death Knight Arthas.
Quel'Thalas and murdered my people. In his vast cruelty, Arthas severed my spirit from my body and raised me as a banshee to serve in his Scourge army. A similar fate befell all that would die to the Scourge war machine. In death, they were reborn as mindless undead. But Arthas was not invincible. With each passing day, his power waned, his grip over the will of the damned loosening. It was when Arthas was at his weakest that I struck. And though the hour of his atonement had come, the worm managed to escape his fate, returning to the frozen wastes of Northrend. With Arthas gone, so too was the control he held over the undead masses of Lordaeron, after recovering and freed the remaining Scourge that were left behind. From the cruelty and mercilessness of Arthas, the man who would be Lich King, the Forsaken were born. Our goal, our sole purpose, was to destroy the Lich King. We threw our lot in with the Horde, and began our journey towards redemption. Now, the Lich King is dead, and we have returned. The people who called this land their home in life, do so in death as well. But the Alliance does not recognize our rights. They claim this land as their own, while attempting to invalidate the claims of the founders of this kingdom. I will never allow it. Never! Lordaeron belongs to the Forsaken. Always and forever.
Sure, Sylvanas, whatever you say. So, obviously, you know, a exposition there meant for people who perhaps are not that familiar with the story and the lore, perhaps for those who didn't play Warcraft 3. Though, like I was pointing out, there's a number of details are being left out of this little recap by Sylvanas and her little particular perspective on these things. So as I was trying to emphasize, after, you know, I went over this in my Warcraft 3, and I'm doing so in my Warcraft 3 Reforged playthrough as well. The moment Frostmourne was picked up, that was not Arthas anymore, because the real Arthas' soul was trapped within Frostmourne. What instead took place was Death Knight Arthas, a separate entity where his body was still there, but his soul was not. A different entity was now controlling his body. This is what happens to our Death Knight characters when we first make a Death Knight. Our bodies are separate from, our souls are separate from our bodies at that time, and we're simply being controlled by the Lich King. That's what happened with Arthas back then. But of course she doesn't know that. And quite frankly, she doesn't care, because this is Sylvanas. Why would she actually care about that? And of course, she's right about the Scourge. And that's, the Scourge War Machine is like, yeah, that's one of the things that makes the Scourge such a horrifying group and faction. Some of the truth. Most especially when the Lich King is running the show and in control, because of his power and how he can just infinitely just raise them back up. Yep. Oh, you took them down. Oh, they're back up again. Just like that, because that's what I can do. So that was the reason, she talked about his power waning is because of the crack that happened because of Illidan trying to destroy the Frozen Throne, and thus the Lich King's power is apparently leaking out of the Frozen Throne, polar ice cap and all that. It's worth noting, they first tried to join the Alliance, and the Alliance, of course, turned them away, putting it nicely. Basically also executing their messengers, the ambassadors they sent to be diplomatic with the Alliance, and the Alliance just basically killed them on sight. Because, well, they see an undead walking towards Stormwind. Of course they're going to do that. So then they reached out to the Horde, and Cairn was the one who was willing to give the Forsaken a shot, a chance. And so it's because of Cairn that the Forsaken joined the Horde. But it's worth noting that they did try and join the Alliance first. So it's interesting how that was their plight at first, but now at this point, Sylvanas basically sees the Alliance as nothing more than an enemy to be destroyed. This is further said in BFA, including in the book, where I believe she talks about how, well, they're our enemy, so we should destroy our enemy, right? Something along those lines. It's in the book that was basically the lead up into BFA. I think it was, I remember what it was called, like Light Before the Storm or something like that. Anyways, I heard I haven't read it yet, and I've heard it was a pretty bad book. So, anyways. I don't quite agree with her thing about how Lordaeron belongs to the Forsaken and not the Alliance. But of course, this is like, foreshadowing for what we would see in the launch event for BFA, the whole battle for Lordaeron. So, we're now, at this current point in time, Undercity and Lordaeron are covered in blight, where now no one can inhabit it. So,
I've no time for games.
Do you now understand the importance of our mission here? Crowley and his alliance dogs must be stopped. A convoy of veteran troopers and Forsaken catapults were ambushed early today while attempting to cross Osen's Farthing. Directly south of here, it was a total loss. All troopers were killed and all catapults were destroyed. Bloodfang's pack was responsible for the ambush, though likely they have all fled back into the hills, preparing their next cowardly strike. Their day will come, but for now, I want you to go to Osen's Farthing and honor our fallen. Recover their Forsaken insignias. So now we have Agatha there, Aruthra, and Dashla. Also, Kromash is here. So this is one of the next hub areas over here that we've reached all the way down here at the Sepulchre. Flight Master right there. Hey, look! Our two pirate buddies are over here. And it looks like this is now the next inn for us to stay at. I think. Is it? Oops. No, it's over here. Okay. Armors and such. Trainers.
McGraw.
Go to Hillsbrad.
No, thank you, Kromash. There's the end. Alright, so we will be continuing when we return. Stay tuned.